Check me out now. Return of the smooth operator. Shotty on repeat. I say sleep later. This another favor. Consider me your neighbor. Lost a lot of fam in pursuit of the paper. She gon' catch the vapors when we slide by. The way I speak my mind, it's like I peak my prime, but I ain't close. I cruise through the night air. Fantasy a dream. Real world is a nightmare. Like Claire battling the brainless. Learn to live shameless. Talk about me alive, but claim that I'm nameless. You aimless. So I'ma style on them. They washed up. It's a rap. Throw the towel on them. Gaining miles on them. Otakus for the win. Tacos, it depend on the mood that I'm in. Like Finn when it's time for adventure. This some new blue. Get ready to enter my mind for a few. Come and take a ride with the crew. I'ma show you how to recoup days lost when you vibe with the blue. Come vibe with the blue. Yeah. About time to regroup. Fly, got my eyes on the view. Never hear lies, only truth. Realize why they vibe with the blue. 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 Vibe with the vibe with the sky. Wait, you know the rest. I'm blessed. I see you frontin' like you ain't impressed, but I still get requests. I'm playing Zelda on the GameCube. I quit spamming my music. Don't ever try forcing the links. That's a high rule. The wind waker, Mother Nature on my side too, controlling the elements. Go and check my avatar. I'm arrows ahead. Get the point. Moving forward. The battle scars accumulated over time are reminders of what I went through as a minor. But made me a grinder. The trees broke down for this loose leaf. If life's a game of death, I'm Bruce Lee. Ooh wee. Lose sleep on the regular, trying to get this word out. Then I crash Nebula. Wish I had a very odd parent, maybe two, but it's cool. Everybody pays dues. Now it's time to make moves. Granny didn't raise me to lose. Think I'm in the mood for a cruise. Wanna ride? Come and vibe with the blue. Come 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 vibe with the. Check this out, y'all. I'm back spazzing like the elderly. Worth of my cousin Beverly. Never swear away from the truth. Just ask Heather. Be weather, be tripping. Starting to control like our destiny. Always give you the best of me until the death of me. My weaponry is a paintbrush. Hush, don't tell my secret. They get a hold of it. If you leak it, get it. It's cool. Got you covered though, look. But let me get back to that cool-ish, loose shit. Why they still lying? They don't do this bad. Their board games, whole world clueless, selling their soul for Roof Chris. Who's this honored fella? Need a slice, extra mozzarella. Crew fly, let God propellers. Humanity born like they don't trust fun. Why you dodge to tell her? You don't know, but my odds are better. Life's a gamble, depending on who holding the cards. You can start living at large or it's bon voyage. Charge it to the game. Me and you ain't the same. I'm thinking bigger pictures. Why you still shrinking the frame? Ever blink in the rain? It helps when your eyes dry. Mob with the bright minds. Think you funny, wise guy? Midnight Marauder with a new tribe. Tired of the fake, come and vibe with the blue sky. Come vibe with the blue sky. Why do you try? We get them high. Take them high. What I do, come vibe with the blue. Yeah. Come vibe with the blue. Pass what up? Vibe with the.
Motherfucker, are you out of your damn mind?
I have seen everything that has ever happened, ever will happen, ever could happen, and yet, what the hell is this?
Are you ready?
Word to wise, grass only greener when it's fertilized. Gave them truth in these songs, they prefer to lies. Destiny beautiful, adrift in her purple lies. You can't see me, you Stevie, wondering how I reach more evolutions than Evie and make it look easy. Dream on, yeah. Dream on, dream weaver. Dream weaver.
All right, everybody. What is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It is your boy Ernie, the Blerd Without Fear. And today we are going to have a very special guest. We're going to have a writer who is going to be working on not just the upcoming ThunderCats Apex one-shot that's coming out this year, but we're also going to be talking to someone who is working on the upcoming Silverhawks comic. It's going to be releasing from Dynamite Entertainment, and be talking with Ed Brisson. He is not on yet. I just wanted to get a little bit of an early start in just to make sure everything is running good. We're actually going to start trying to do some of these live from now. Not like every single interview, but we're going to start trying to do at least some of them live, at least as much as I can, when I can, and just wanted to get the kinks out beforehand. But shout out to those of you who are showing up. I appreciate you. Thank you. And like I said, if you have, I will say this, if there are any questions that you have for Ed, please hold them for right now. But yeah, we're just, like I said, we're just gonna get this thing running. But let's see here. Where? There we go. Okay. Want to make sure we were actually like popping up. We are popping up. All right. I know everybody had a rough night. This yesterday was pretty wild, but I will go ahead and say I don't really have any real actual plans to talk about it because the shit is mad depressing. I want to be in a good mood. Let's see here. Let's switch to that. All right. And let's get here, copy that. All right. Let's see. Let's see here. There we go. There. All right. All right. Hey, yeah, I know, Mari. I know. Yeah, I was not in the best of spirits yesterday. There was a lot of cussing, a lot of anger. Yeah, it was pretty fucking bad. It was pretty fucking bad. But I'm trying to be hopeful. I'm trying to be at least marginally hopeful. Let's see here. Let's do this. Okay, there. Okay. Hey. What's up, Shrope? How you doing? Long time no see. Let's see here. All right. I'm going to go ahead and I'll mess with that here just a minute. It's not necessary just yet. Oh, man. Just another Wednesday in America. Yeah. Oh, man. Ugh. I was very, very, very sad that I had to break the news to my daughter this morning. She was inconsolable to say the least. So yeah. Well, you know, I try my best. I try my best to keep it mostly good. Though I will say today I just kind of woke up. I just kind of woke up and hit the play button. What's up, John Stewart? How you doing, pimp? Let's see here. Oh yeah, you know what? I should probably, you know, as I'm sharing this on socials, I should probably share it in the Discord. That probably would be the best thing to do. Oh, let's see. Where did... Oh, there we go. Let's do it here. There, okay. All right. There, all right. And then put that in there somewhere. Bam. All right. Why does it... Oh my God, that is so irritating. It keeps showing, like, y'all can't see what I'm doing, but it's making me irritated. The Discord announcements, they keep showing the thumbnail from like the Blerd cave, not from the actual whatever. That's fine. It's fine. What's up, Shadow Strider? How you doing? Oh man, all I can do is laugh nervously. Actually, let me go ahead and start the call. I'm gonna put it over here if it will allow me. Can I? There. Okay. Good God. It's okay. Zoom just being jank as per usual. Okay. Oh man, y'all. You're gonna have to help your boy out today. Like I said, he is struggling. Yeah, no, we have a so basically like I was telling everybody beforehand, we're actually gonna start trying to do these more as a live stream. I don't know, just to make it a little more interactive. You know, kind of like what we used to do on the Blerd Cave, but like I don't know, I kind of got away from it because it was like it became difficult to like do on the Blerd Cave just because, you know, I don't expect everyone to give up their Saturday. So but yeah, we'll try this out. I think it might work out. I think we're gonna do this one live, and we're also gonna do, we have one, we're gonna have a Gargoyles creator, Greg Weissman, and oh my God, why am I blanking on names? But basically, we're gonna have there's an upcoming Gargoyles like holiday issues coming up. We're gonna bring on the creator of Gargoyles to talk about that here for too long. I believe this coming Monday, I believe it were. I'll have to double check that, but yeah. We're gonna, yeah, like I said, we're gonna try it out this way. Not to mention, it's also a little bit of logistics on my part, because I've noticed that like it was taking me longer to put out interviews that I wanted to put out, mostly because it was more effort to edit the interview, and I'm going with the belief that it will be easier to do them live. I'm going with the belief that it'll be easier to do them live. That's how we're gonna look at it. Hey, what's up, Don? How you doing? I appreciate the love. Oh man, we need it today. Yeah. ThunderCats and Silverhawks. Yeah, so I was a little bit younger, but I remember them fondly. Maybe ThunderCats a little more than Silverhawks. I love Silverhawks, but I also recognize that it was not a perfect show. Uh, so I'm actually looking forward to seeing what Ed Brisson is going to be able to do with it. Which I think I think it'll actually be pretty dope to see. See like not like, because I know not so much of an update, but just seeing what happens when stories have more time to breathe. Actually, I'm shocked there is not a Dungeons and Dragons cartoon like revival, or even like just a separate, like the closest we have is like Vox Machina. That's it. The Legend of Vox Machina is like the closest we get, which is like it's like D&D, but also not D&D at the same time, yeah, or however you want to put it. Let's see here. Oh, let me double. No, you didn't miss anything, Ed. We literally are just getting started. I kicked off the live a little early just for troubleshooting. Just doing some early okay. Okay, gotcha. Let's see here. Oh, actually, okay, so here, real quick. So we're actually gonna do a little BSing. Let's see here. So basically, I'm gonna give you a little bit of the lowdown here. It's actually going to be a minute. Ed just sent me an email and said that he got called to an emergency work meeting, so he is taking care of that. He says he doesn't think it will take him too terribly long, so we're just gonna sit here and bullshit for a little bit before we go in. But I will say, I guess for right now, any questions, and this will actually be a good time to do this, any questions that you guys might have for Ed, shoot them to me in the chat, and I will take a log of them, and we will see, depending on where we're at. I actually put this call out like a few days ago, maybe a week ago, I think. I don't remember exactly when, but no one really responded to it in the Discord, so I'm going to put it here. I'm going to put it out here. For everyone that wants to ask a question, and I will say, just as I said in the Discord, I would prefer for them to be centric to what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about the upcoming, if you cannot see it in the lower third for whatever reason, we are going to be talking about the upcoming ThunderCats Apex one shot. That's going to be, matter of fact, here, let's do this. When does that drop? I know it's not, I think it's next month. I'm double checking the timeline on it. Let's see here. Yeah, next December 4th is when that's gonna drop. December 4th. So we're gonna be taking a look at that. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, for whatever reason you've been living under a rock, you don't know what's going on, I'm gonna tell you what's going on. So basically it's this. ThunderCats Apex, the new character that was introduced in ThunderCats number 8, which came out last month or the month prior, I believe. Apex, brand new character, though he does have some very striking similarities to a couple of different ThunderCats characters. I'm pretty sure that is by design. So that's gonna be coming. We're gonna be talking about that one shot that's gonna be dropping. And of course, if it was not obvious, the other thing being the Silverhawks. For those who are unfamiliar, the famed Silverhawks that some of you may, if you're as old as I am, you may remember from the 80s, the old cartoon, was it Silverhawks, or something along those lines. Y'all probably remember it if you're as old as I am or close to it. We are going to be getting a comic book version. We're getting a comic book version of that. And it's looking pretty promising. That, I believe, is not dropping until January. I believe January. Like, this is kind of a little sneak peek into it. But yeah, I'm looking really forward to it. I also appreciate they got my boy Hot Wing out here, because Silverhawks did we didn't really get a whole heap of a lot of Hot Wing in the original series, large because he didn't show up until like super late in the show. Let's see here. What do we got? I see I see a couple of questions already in here. Hey, my boy Damon Hampton. What's going on, pimp? Are they gonna change the name of Hot Wing? I don't think they're gonna change the name. But I'm gonna ask him that. Because yeah, about that. I have a feeling the answer is going to be no. Let's see here. Wait. Let's see here. Hot Wing gets a sidekick barbecue sauce. Look, all right. Look. Hey. Leave Hot Wing alone. Y'all leave Hot Wing alone. What did Hot Wing ever do to y'all? Here, let's see, can I, let's see if I can do this. We're gonna have to, I'm gonna have to duplicate something right quick and change up a few things, but there we go. Just to fix a thing. Actually, nope, that's not going to fix it at all. So we're just going to have to delete that. Okay. Like I said, it's we're learning things here. It's okay. Hope they don't go partner Bird crazy. Yeah, you never know. The Last Dab. See, y'all ain't shit. Y'all ain't shit, and I'm just here to tell y'all that y'all ain't shit, and I love y'all for it. Here, let me copy and paste some of these questions in here. Do me a favor too. Are they partly metal and partly yes, yeah. Oh my god, that theme song. Let's see. Yeah, they all had sidekick birds. I remember, what was the one of them? Tallyhawk, I think was one of them. But yeah, that was some wild shit. Let's see here. There we go. Here, we're gonna do this one right here. Let me copy this one. All right. Like I said, some of these I will put in here, and we'll just make it work. Yeah, Tallyhawk. Yeah, that was the original bird. Yeah, that was the original bird. If I am remembering, correctly, that was, matter of fact, the first. And I think all the rest of them, they had their own. I forget the name of Bluegrasses, which is just weird to say, but excuse me. Well, I remember there was one character that came up later, Flashback. I think his was backlash or blowback or something like that. It was something weird. ThunderCats. Oh, sound like somebody yelling a brother. I mean, I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm not saying that you shouldn't. I'm just saying. Here, let's do this. Where's my OBS stuff in here? Source visibility. There we go. Lower third, elements, and where did it go? Where's my chat thing here? I don't see it. I don't see it at all. I ain't thought about a bitch. It's the lower third. Where's the gotcha. I picked the wrong thing. Feature chat. There it is. Okay. We'll do that. So I hope they design the Copper Kid much better. I mean, honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think you're gonna see much in the way of design changes. I don't think you're gonna see much in the way of design changes because I'm gonna be brutally honest with y'all. For those who know what we're talking about, those who do not know, there's a character, the Copper Kid, who was basically a mime. I don't even know what they were thinking when they did this back then. They were on all the cocaine, and I'm here for it. But for those that don't know, the Copper Kid, this was the Copper Kid, basically spoke in beeps and whistles and tones. Like, you could sometimes vaguely make out what Copper Kid was saying, but for the most part, you just, beeps, weeks, and whistles and squeaks and shit. I don't think you're going to see much in the way of design changes because, as I understand it, the deal that was put in place is probably pretty similar to the one that was put in place for ThunderCats. These were both Rankin Bass properties, and both owned by Warner Brothers now, I believe, is who is over these properties now. You're probably going to see that the main thing I noticed was that when talking with Declan Shalvey and Drew Moss about ThunderCats, it seemed as though Warner Brothers wanted a very specific thing. They wanted a comic that was reminiscent of the original 1980 series, not the 2011 series or the ThunderCats Roar series. They wanted something that was very indicative of the original cartoon. It's probably going to be the same here. They're going to want, like, I think the only real changes we got in ThunderCats as far as like design was Tigra. Tigra has a mustache now. That's it. That was the only, to my understanding, real design change when it came to the ThunderCats. So maybe Copper Kid gets a little bit of a facelift, but I mean, just based on some of the covers and stuff that I have taken a look at. And once again, I'm gonna pull this up again, but yeah, this is the main cover for the first issue. This is cover A. You can kind of see right here in the bottom right corner, Copper Kid looks largely the same. I don't think they're gonna be changing any of the looks, and honestly, that's probably for a good reason. They're probably not gonna update it too much. So, would be funny if Monstar had a crossover with Mumra. So here's the funny thing about that. And here, actually, let me move this up just a little bit so I can, hold on, wait a minute. I gotta mess with something right quick. There we go. We'll put it up like right there so it can be more easily seen. But yeah, the funny thing about Mumra is he was in the or not Mumra, but Monstar was in the 2011 ThunderCat series, like in a little cameo. Yeah. And to be fair, I'll be the first one to say it. You know, when it comes down to it, from a storytelling perspective, from a design perspective, from pretty much every single angle, if you want my personal opinion on the matter, I'll always take the 2011 series over the original. That's just who I am. I'm always going to take that one. I'm always going to take that one. Every single time. Every single time, twice on Sundays. Here, I'm going to pull this up just to see if I can show y'all. There we go. Let's see here. Trying to see if I can actually find the image. Yep, here it is. This is probably going to come out like fuzzy as fuck because like it's a grainy image. But let's see if I can spice it up a little bit. But this is a still from one of the episodes of the 2011 ThunderCats. As you can see, they actually show, like, for the briefest of moments, you see Monstar. You also see one of the tiger sharks. Because for the most part, they do all kind of exist in the same universe. They do all exist in the same universe on like some level or another. Whether or not that will be the case, that is something I do plan to ask Ed when we get him on. That is something I do intend to ask. I would be curious to know if this is the case. But yeah, let's see if I can find. I'm trying to see if I can find like a better image of it. But yeah, all the ones I see are like super duper fucking like grainy and actually here's one right here. I actually got this from was it MTV Geek? This is actually from their thumbnail they actually have of kind of showing this is actually a little bit of a better look at it. Is you got a little bit clearer of a picture, but yeah, this is from the 2011 series, and the 2011 series in a lot of ways still lives on today, just in terms of what is being used currently in the current Dynamite ThunderCats canon. I've actually said this, my most recent video for ThunderCats, I actually bring this up, that and I think I brought it up even before then, in regards to some issues back, that the stuff they're doing with Calica is very similar to the stuff they did with Pamira in the 2011 series. And because that series got canceled, Pamira just ended that show as a whole ass villain as opposed to getting kind of like a redemptive arc. But like in the original series, Pamira was a good guy. And they like I said, they're kind of playing some different angles with it here, with like Calica in this series is kind of like a mixture of Pumira and Pumra. Some of you may remember the first encounter the Thundercats had. The first encounter that the Thundercats had with Mumra. The first encounter they had with him, he created a Thundercat body, he presented himself as a Thundercat, but was actually Mumra in disguise and called himself Pumra. So there was that, and they do something kind of similar where it seems like Calica is being piloted by Mumra in those first like 2 or 3 issues. So that's a thing. That is a thing. Um. That I mean, I don't think Ed can answer that question. We are strictly talking about comics here. We're strictly talking about comics. They're like, I tell you what. I can answer your question, and I can answer it easy, and I'm gonna give you the same answer that Ed would probably give you. Go buy the comics. Because I don't know if a lot of people know this. We talked about it in the Blerd Cave like over a year ago. But it was announced that Disney Plus was going to be getting a live action Gargoyles series. And the reason why it is getting that series is because people were streaming the fuck out of the Gargoyles animated series that is on Disney Plus currently, and people were also buying the shit out of the Gargoyles here. Let me pull this down. They were buying the shit out of this Gargoyles comic that recently came out, or that has been out for a. This is actually the volume 1. But if you want a ThunderCats, Silverhawks, or I can't vouch for Tiger Sharks because I don't know where it's streaming currently. But I can definitely say in the case of ThunderCats and Silverhawks, stream the fuck out of them through legal channels and buy the comics, because that's what people pay attention to, dollars. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. That is what I will always say. If you are one of those people that are clamoring for a new ThunderCats show or a movie or anything like that, if this comic comes out and ain't nobody picking it up and ain't nobody streaming that shit on like Hulu or Max or wherever the hell it is available, then no, it will not happen. People don't make movies or TV shows anymore hoping you will go buy the thing. That's an 80s way of thinking. We used to like ThunderCats, Silverhawks, all those shows, G.I. Joe, Dinosaurs, Brave. These were all like 22-minute commercials for toys. That's all they were. That's why they weren't like all that great. Like, I mean, yeah, great for us when we were kids, but like if you try and go back and watch them now thinking that like you're gonna watch something that's like super duper mega ultra lit, no, you're not gonna get that. You're gonna get the nostalgia. But the thing is, we don't live in that era anymore. People don't make 22-minute commercials for toys and movies and stuff like that anymore. So you got to go buy the thing. You got to go buy the thing. That's the fastest. That is the fastest path to victory. Yes, Shadow Strider, 100%. Money is the driver for most projects. It just is what it is. I can't stress that enough. I have not. So Scavenger's Reign is on my list of things to watch. I have not watched it yet. It is on my list of things to watch. I am probably one of the people who is the reason why that show got canceled, because I didn't watch it. Not because I didn't have a desire to, but because I have a bajillion things to watch and not a bajillion hours to do it in. Yeah, 2011. Like I said, 2011 ThunderCats. Chef's kiss. Fantastic. It was fantastic. Why can't 2011 get a comic? They only had one more season to finish their story. So the reason why is because I don't know if a lot of people remember this. There were a lot of folks that used to shit on the 2011 ThunderCats. Like, you know how we have people today that are like, oh, everything is woke and trash and this is garbage, and and then like we have like nostalgia man babies who cry that everything is not exactly the way they remember it. There were people doing that back in 2011. I remember, because I remember talking to people like face to face out in the world. It'd be like, oh man, dude, are you checking out that 2011 ThunderCat series? And everybody was bitching and moaning and whining that Lion-O was too young, even though in the original series, he was a 10-year-old boy trapped in a man's body, but they wanted that grown man Lion-O for whatever reason. They wanted man baby Lion-O. And they hated the animation style because they thought, oh, it looks too anime. This is back, like, y'all gotta remember, this was back in a time where anime was not as popular as it is today. Like, if the 2011 ThunderCats came out like in 2020 or 2022, we would be talking about it the same way we talk about Castlevania or the upcoming Devil May Cry or the Lara Croft Tomb Raider anime or whatever else. I promise you. So that just is what it is. Yes, also, same. We had the same problem with the 2002 He-Man revival. Same problem. People complained because in the original cartoon, Prince Adam and He-Man looked exactly the same. He-Man was a little more tan, but like Adam was just as muscular. In the 2002 reboot, Adam was more of a young. It was almost kind of like like ThunderCats, the original ThunderCats, in a lot of ways. Adam was a younger boy, and when he turned into He-Man, he grew up to be an adult. But people weren't ready. Like, I'm telling y'all, if this shit came out like today, people would still complain, but the shows would be light. Like, you would probably get 4 or 5 seasons of 2002 He-Man today. You would probably get 4 or 5 seasons of a ThunderCats 2011 today. But yeah. But yeah, that is what it is. Let's see here. So, okay, yes, actually, ThunderCats and I believe Silverhawks was as well, which is kind of why they all looked the way they looked. But the problem was more just that nostalgia blinds people. Nostalgia blinds people. Like they will look at a thing from the past, and regardless of its flaws and regardless of its inherent flaws, they will just they'll put the cape on for it. And it sucks because that means that they're not opening themselves up to new experiences. You can change things. I don't like if you remake something or reboot it, if you're going to leave everything precisely the same, then what's the point? Like, what's the point? There's no, like, it's the same thing I said when we get shot for shot remakes of movies that are in foreign languages. We do shot for shot English language remakes because people are too fucking stupid to read. And I'm sorry, this is what it is. This is how I feel about it. And we also like people, like if people reboot something, it's like it's a no-win scenario because you're gonna have people who are gonna complain if it's too much like the original, like if you didn't change anything, you just made a new version of it, and there's gonna be people gonna be playing because you changed some weird ancillary thing that doesn't even make any, it doesn't have any larger bearing on the story as a whole, but just something that just was changed to make more sense. People are gonna complain about that, and if you just kind of do. If you stay too much down the middle of the line, there's people going to complain about that. Reboots are a no-win scenario. They're a no-win scenario. Somebody's going to be pissed off somewhere. Someone's going to be pissed off somewhere. But yeah. I mean, that part I believe because, I mean, let's be real. At the time, Lego was kind of a more marketable property. Lego, well, and also I imagine it was probably cheaper to make. Yes, actually, Panthro was basically jet black. Did ThunderCats 2011, like unabashedly. It says if someone like Kevin Smith or Ben Affleck invested in them like He-Man on Netflix, it would happen. We will pay for that service to see it. Yeah, maybe. But here's the thing: it has to also be good. Like it takes more than investment. It actually has to be good. I mean, you could also make the argument that, yeah, Seth Rogen invested in Invincible. Thus, we got it. No, Invincible was good, not just because Seth Rogen invested in it, but also because they put all the right people in place to make it work. I am of the belief that you have to have good people in all phases of the game. You have to have a story to tell. And you have to be able to offer somebody something that looks familiar enough, but offers something new. So you would need a little bit more than just a Kevin Smith or a Ben Affleck. And honestly, I think your mileage with He-Man on Netflix is going to vary. I like the first season, and after that, I kind of fell off. I like aspects of the later seasons, but like, I'm not rushing to watch them. And that's as a guy who was a whole ass He-Man fan as a kid. But no, you gotta put the right people in place. You gotta put the right people in place. There's a difference to me. Depending on like who is involved, who's investing money. And are they investing more than just money? Are they actually putting their name behind it? Are they standing 10 toes down on business to promote it? The same. The 2003 Ninja Turtle series, they had to change up the story to appeal to 80 series fans, and that's how we got Fast Forward. Yeah, it's so. This is coming from a guy who has seen a lot of different versions of Ninja Turtles. I always find it funny when people get mad about a Ninja Turtles reboot. Because every time a new one comes up, people get upset. Because I remember there was backlash on the 2003 series. Wasn't there like it was another one like that was 2009, 2007, 2009, something like that? There was also the Next Mutation, which I think it deserves the hate that it got. But then you also got, when Mutant Mayhem came out, people were mad about that. I have lived through so many different iterations of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Oh, I forgot about Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's another one. People got mad about that one too. And yeah, but I've seen enough iterations of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that whenever people say that like, oh man, this is nothing like the Turtles I grew up with, I'm like, welcome to the fucking party. Because guess what? The animated series was not the Ninja Turtles I was used to. I was used to the Mirage Comics Ninja Turtles. So I don't ever want to hear anybody complain that, oh man, these turtles are nothing like the turtles I grew up with. Whose is? Whose is? Whose is? But no, in all seriousness. But yeah. Dude, let me tell you something. Man. 2003 Ninja Turtles feels like a fever dream. Like, it feels like something that should not have, like, not to say because it was bad, but it just feels like something that, like, man, if you tried to make that shit today, bruh, no, that would not get made. Nobody would make it. Nobody would make that. And that's the other thing, too. Like, as people always talk about, oh, man, I remember there were people complaining that, I forget, granted, this was a valid criticism, but also one that I had a rebuttal to with the Next Mutation series. They're like, oh man, they just act like Shredder ain't even out here. But here's the thing. Shredder is only a household name because of the cartoon. Shredder got pieced up in the first issue of Ninja Turtles, the comic that predates the animated series. That dude got pieced up like that. That rooftop fight scene from the first live action movie, that was what they were adapting, and yeah, he got pieced up. He is dunzo. Shredder got folded up in his clothes with all the butter knives hanging off of him. All the butter knives and kitchen sets and shit he had all over him. That motherfucker got folded up. He got folded up, clothes and everything, with him still in them. So yeah. That's what I always say. Like Shredder didn't get better until the live action movie. I was like, oh, this Shredder's for real. They're like, we're gonna actually have. I was like, oh, this guy's a whole problem. But no, the first Turtles, yes, they were killers. They were about that life. They had bodies. The original Turtles had bodies. So, the cartoon Turtles, no bodies. Matter of fact, I remember the live action Turtles. They had there was a reason why you went from them using their weapons in the first movie to not using their weapons in the second movie, because parents got mad because they were using their weapons. They're like, oh, this is promoting violence amongst kids. They did the same thing with Power Rangers, even though they couldn't really change Power Rangers. They couldn't. That was a show that was already predicated on existing property, so they couldn't change that. But not to mention, you always say Baxter in the original comics was black, and they made him white for the cartoon because it was the 80s, and yeah, that was the thing. But yeah, as it stands, as it stands, you go back to some of those older properties. You go back to like your Cops, your Marshall Bravestar, your Dino Saucers, your G.I. Joe, your Transformers, your Silverhawks, your ThunderCats. Yeah, you'll yeah, I think you'll see something a little different. Actually, let's take this. I'm gonna take this down just for. Actually, let's do it like this. What is this? Oh, I get it now. I see what's happening here. Let me do this real quick because I need to. Here we go. There. All right. I'm gonna take this down just for a little bit, just so we don't have Ed in just yet. We'll bring it up when he comes in. Hopefully we'll be able to get him in soon. But yeah, if you go back, you watch some of those old shows. Not all of them age as gracefully as you might want to remember. I recently went back and watched some episodes of Cops. Woo, man, that show hurts. It's cool, it's fun, but it's like, man, you go back and you think about the time that it was made, and you're just like, you realize that BP Vest was played by like a whole white dude. Like, like you hear that voice, it's crime fighting time. Like you hear that voice, you're just like, oh yeah, dude, yeah, that's it. Yeah, they had to have had a brother back there. Nope, whole white man. Oh my god. Like, and thing is, I remember like Silverhawks is a show that like could only have existed in the 80s. You can't make that show today. You'd have to like, if you made a live action or like a animated reboot or whatever, revival or whatever of Silverhawks, you would have to update it. You'd have to. There's no way, or no, you wouldn't be able to update it. You would have to make it a period piece is what you'd have to do. It'd have to be something strictly set in the 80s. Like there's no way you could do that shit today. It just, no. Steel Heart, enough said. Yeah, exactly. Was it because it was Steel Heart and Steel Will? And then you got like Copper Kid going doing that. Like, I don't know what it was about 80s cartoons. Like every 80s cartoon had to have a character that could not speak normally. Like, I don't know what that was all about. Like, you had Snarf, who, or if they didn't, if they could speak vaguely normal, they had to have the most annoying voice, like a Snarf. Which when they did, which is that, I think that was actually a welcome change. We talk about the ThunderCats. When you think about the ThunderCats 2011 series as well as the Dynamite version of ThunderCats, as some actually thought that was done very well is the fact that Snarf does not talk. Snarf does not speak. Snarf just says snarf. That's it. No more, no less. Like that, just to send it home. Yeah. Snarf just says snarf. That's it. The only person who can understand what Snarf is saying is Lion-O. That's it. That is it. And honestly, that is the way I think the gods intended. I think that is the way the gods intended. Me personally, I think that. Oh man, Hard Times on Planet Earth. I don't remember that. I think that was one I missed. I honestly think that's one I missed. Here, let's look that up. Let's look that up. Oh, wow. 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 Holy shit. I never saw this, but the fact that, oh my God, holy, wait a minute. No, I did see this. I now remember it. Oh my God. I actually blocked this out from my memory. Okay. And I'm going to tell you the reason why I remember it now, why I suddenly remember it. I'm going to tell you why. So let me pull this up. I want y'all to see what it is I'm looking at here. First off, the fact that it had Martin Cove in it. How did I forget that? But here's the main thing. This is what I remember, and I apologize for the graininess. Like, you ain't gonna find the show anywhere. But the little floaty thing next to his head. I remember seeing the pilot for this and then wondering why I never saw another episode of it. Like, I legit remember this. I remember and I'll never forget this. I was staying in my aunt's house, my Aunt Byrne, and she would let me stay up and watch primetime TV. And I remember this coming on, and then I thought it was a fever dream. I thought I made the shit up. Goddamn. Oh my God. I have, man, okay. Goddamn. John, look, hey, man. Look, I'm a believer now. I'm like, oh man, that is wild. I completely forgot about that show. God damn. Hard Times on. So that wasn't it. Okay, so you know what? You just unlocked, I'm not gonna lie, you just unlocked a core memory for me. John. I'm gonna have to I see those Black fans, you can find random episodes on YouTube. Okay, yeah, I'll have to check that out. I have to look that up. God, I did not know that that's what the name of that show was. I just marveled at the fact that it had Kreese. From Karate Kid. That's all I knew. I didn't know shit else. About the show. I was like, oh, it's fucking John Kreese. Let's see how many episodes this bad boy ran for. Let's see here. Wow, this bad boy ran for 13? 13 episodes. Wow. My God. Okay. All right. I see you out here, y'all. I see you. Let's see here. God damn. I'm sorry, y'all. That just messed my whole head up. I apologize. That fucked my whole head up there just for a minute. Ooh. Oh, so what the fuck just happened? I was just making a post on Discord. This YouTube post just opened up here. Oh, wow. What? That wasn't me. I didn't do it to you. I didn't do it to you. Yeah, Kreese was the protagonist. John Kreese. Cobra Kai himself was the main character. I was like, bro, this is wild. I was like, this is wild. There's no, I was like, there's no way the whole time I'm like, man, Martin Cove has to be the bad guy here. He has to be. There's no other way. But then I had to think about it. Like, Martin Cove did actually play good guys and other stuff, but like Karate Kid was like the thing he was most famous for, in my opinion. I presume, because the other stuff I've seen him in is not as popular by a country mile. Oh, you thought Kreese was a lifetime heel? Same. I thought so too, till y'all reminded me, till John brought the series up. Was it, speaking of fever dream shows, did you ever see Cop Rock? Okay, let me look that up, because see, I said with my whole chest that I had never seen Hard Times on Planet Earth, and then come to find out I had. So let me double check. Let me double check myself before I tell a lie. Okay, I can actually say with all certainty, I've never seen a single episode of Cop Rock. I've never seen it. I'm 100% certain. I can say with absolute, like, 99.9999999% accuracy, I've never seen Cop Rock. But I remember here, I'm gonna pull this out. I do remember hearing about it. I've never seen it, but now I'm curious, because it sounds like, just based on something like a quick Google search. Just a quick Google search has led me to believe this show. Is this show a musical? Oh, wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. That sounds like a fever dream. A musical version, NYPD Blue. Okay, yep, there you go. So basically, it was Brooklyn. It was basically kind of like the precursor to Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Like, this is how we wind up with Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Oh my God. Let's see here. Let's see here. Oh my God. Let's see here. Let's see here. Did you ever see that Rowdy Roddy Piper and Jesse Ventura show pilot? No, I did not. Now I have to go look this up. Let's see. Roddy Piper TV show. Let's see if that gives us anything. Let's see if that gives us anything. They give us anything? Hold up. Let's see. Here, let's see. Let's see here. Lord have mercy. I see tag team. Yeah, tag team. Oh my God. What fresh hell is this? Oh my God, y'all, stop. No. Who signed off on this? McDonald and Youngblood. Lord have mercy. Okay. Yeah. I can't even with y'all right now. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. So yeah, it was called Tag Team. I'm gonna pull this back up again, just because I just can't. It was called Tag Team. Tag team. Oh my God. Who? Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't make this up. I can't make this up. I had to, man. Like I just could. There was too much. That was too much. Oh my God. Yeah, I don't know. You know what? Honestly, we may let me see something here. We may end up having to postpone. We might. I'm gonna hang on just a little bit longer just because I mean I'm here. I may as well. I don't have anything else. Well, I do have other things to do. But I know if I stop and then go do something else, we will everything will start kicking off when I start or I start going to go work on videos. That's just, and that's not even anything against Ed. That's just the nature of the business. This is how things go. That's how my life works. It's like, I promise you, the second I hit the button, it's a in stream. Everything will kind of like culminate right there. But we may just end up. This may just be one of those. Oh wait, was it? By the way, Buckshot Roulette just added that multiplayer mode. Oh God, no. No. Y'all ain't getting me. Airwolf? Yeah, I remember Airwolf. Airwolf, I do remember. Oh my God. That was so. When it comes down to like old, like Airwolf was what, 84, 85? Something like that. Like, and that show went for a while. That was not a flash in the pan show. It hung around for a few seasons, I remember. And yeah, man, that is, whew, man. Okay, yeah. I'm looking it up now. It ran from 84 to 87. Hey. Oh my God, that shit was wild. How about Auto Man? Good Lord, Auto Man. Oh my God, y'all. Why? This was some wild shit because you could tell. When did Knight Rider first become a thing? Let me see. Knight Rider. When did Knight Rider first become a thing? So yeah, basically Knight Rider was 82. Auto Man was 83. So you're just right after. Not to mention, I think Tron was still pretty fresh. I think Tron was still pretty fresh in a lot of people's heads. Here, I'm gonna pull this up because like this had Tron all over it. Like this literally had Tron written all over. Y'all can see it right here. This is Auto Man. I'll even pull this up to you. You see, like, it's a little grainy, but you can see the car right there. Look at the car. Like, it's like, dude, this is Tron like a motherfucker. Y'all, somebody watched Tron and said, yes, I want that. Bloody brilliant. Oh. What's up, Galen? How you doing? Oh, Lord. Not Manimal. Oh, my God. Manimal. Why? Why would you do that to yourself? Here, let's oh my god. Oh my god, this show. Here, I just want to pull this up just so y'all can see the foolishness. Oh, pull this up. Y'all gotta see the foolishness. I can't. No, y'all have to see this foolishness. Look at this shit. Manimal. Why? I have one question. Why? Why did we do this to ourselves? Why do we allow this to happen? Why? Who said this was okay to do? Let's see here. Oh my god. Oh, you know what? When you say it like that, it all makes more sense to me now. When you say it like that, it all makes more sense. Oh my god. Damn. Damn. Yep. Manimal was the precursor. That's your original Animorphs right there. That's your original Animorphs, because Manimal, here, let me pull this back up. I don't remember the exact dates on the show, but yeah, Manimal was 1983. Dude, we were wild back in 83. 83, we were getting, like, our television writers and TV execs were on that good cocaine. They were on that good shit. They were on that, like, what was it? What was Martin Lawrence Runtel? That was like they on that ooh wee. That's what that's what these TV execs were on. Oh my god, why? Why? Dude, cocaine really is a hell of a drug. It really is a hell of a drug. Swear to God, y'all. I swear to God. First hit is the best hit. Hey, that's why we wound up with some of these shows. Motherfuckers took that first hit of cocaine. They were like they did this number here. They went, oh man. So I got this idea, man. Manimal. Oh my god. So here's the thing. Turn into fucking animal, man. He turned fucking dude. Go get it made. Go get it made. Here's $150 million. Go get it made. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. That was what they used to do. That's what they actually I want to see some here. What was the budget? I want to see what the budget was. What was the budget on Manimal? Let's see if is that information we can get? I think that's information we can get. Let's see here. Oh wow, no. They have no listing about budget on this show. Let's see here. Let's go back. Manimal TV show budget. Let's see. Let's see what they say. Yeah, they're not gonna disclose that shit. They're not gonna okay, so basically yeah, no one's talking about the budget on that show. You know what? Because now I think about it, this is from a time where people didn't disclose budgets. The budgets for TV shows were not revealed, like, ever, really. Oh my god. With half a script and an 8-ball. Nah, you're right. Well, here's the thing. Motherfuckers would literally walk into the pitch meeting. Cocaine mustache on their face is what that is. That is Yeah, no, that is wild. That's absolutely positively wild. Yeah, legit Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah, no, 100%. That's exactly what it was. That's exactly what it was. Motherfuckers just did that shit. They did that shit just because they could. They did that shit just because they could. Oh my God. Pole position. Good. Good Lord. That was back in the days of oh God, what was the studio? Deke. Some of you might remember that studio. Pole position was a wild cartoon. Which is funny because it was, I won't say one of the, it wasn't the earliest video game adaptation, or maybe it was. I don't know. I feel like, because it was based on a video game. It was based on a video game. But in the barest sense. But the thing I find funny about that is that, yeah, it was back in a time where you didn't really get many cartoons about video games. I mean, you did, like, kind of later on, but yeah. Man. Turbo Teen. Oh my God. Hold up, wait a minute. Let me see if I can find that. Yeah, Turbo. Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing about what you just brought up. Here's the thing. And I want to be absolutely positively fair when I say this, and how these two things could not have been further apart if they tried. So for those that you may or may not remember pole position, but pole position, this is pole position right here. This was Turbo Teen. Like, what the bruh, who? Come on, y'all. No. Somebody was smoking. That wasn't cocaine. That was crack. That was somebody smoking crack that came up with Turbo Teen. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Yeah, he turned. No child wanted to be Turbo Teen. No child wanted to be Turbo Teen. But yeah, no child wanted that. That is like, I'm sorry. This is the stuff of nightmares right here. This is stuff of nightmares. Oh my God. I would cry if I woke up in the morning. Because you got to think about this too. This is so... Oh my God. Oh my God. That show was so fucking stupid. It was so fucking stupid. God damn. Actually, I want to see something here. So... I could turn into a car. No, I don't know. Here, I don't like, dude. Here, I want to show you because Elite brought up body horror. Like, I just want to bring this up. Who wanted this to happen to themselves? This motherfucker was basically a car wolf or a werecar. He was a werecar. Like, what the dude? No, stop. Whoever made this shit needs their ass whooped. I'm sorry, they need their ass whooped. Oh my God. GoBots figures that were repurposed for Turbo. Oh my God. I didn't know that part. Oh man. You know what? While we're just sitting out here just like putting this shit out. Not the memories. Could you imagine being a child in the 80s? Like, when was this? Turbo Teen was when was Turbo Teen? 1984? Oh my. Okay, I want y'all to notice something here. I want y'all to notice something here. I want y'all to know something here. Notice the dates I've given y'all. 83. 84. Cocaine. Oh, I do remember the snorks. I actually used to get, I remember one time dude, I'm not gonna lie. I remember I got irrationally angry one time when I didn't get home in time to watch the snorks. Like, I think I'll never forget this show as long as I live. I think my mom, like, we went running errands, like went to like Walmart or somewhere or whatever. And like snorks came on at whatever specific time. And I remember I got so irrationally angry. I think it was just because I was tired and hungry, but like I missed snorks and I was just like mad, just sitting in the car. Like, y'all know that that one the one gif where the kid's like just sitting there, black kid's there, he just goes like that. That was me in the back seat of the car, like mad as fuck. That was me in that back of that vehicle. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Yep. There we go. Just got a message from Ed. So this is almost like a Blerd cave. We just kind of shot the shit for like an hour and a half before we got to the main thing. That's all this was. That's all this was. That's all this was. Yeah, that's all it was. That's all it was. But yeah. Oh man. Don. Wait a minute. I gotta here, let me pull this up. Is Turbo Teen partly metal, partly real? Turbo Teen. Oh my god, dude, that hurt. That hurt my soul a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you. That hurt my soul a little bit, Don. Damn you. Damn you. Fine. I will finally give gods a chance. Damn. Okay, hold on. All right, we are pulling Ed in for the interview now. So y'all act on your best behavior. All right, here we go. Hey, Ed, how you doing? Oh, there you go. Oh. Wait a minute. I can't hear you. Oh, there it is. There it is. Hey, Ed, how you doing? Oh, wait, hold on. Let me mess with something here real quick. Hold up. Let me do this real quick, cause I thought wait, no, I still can't hear you.
Try now. There.
Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is.
Right. Perfect.
There we are. Okay.
I am so sorry about the delay as well.
You're okay. You're okay.
Just before I was about to launch a Zoom, I got pulled into a meeting that went much longer than I thought I was gonna. But we're here.
You are okay. Here, I'm gonna. Look. I've just been sitting here shooting the shit, so it is okay. That is, it's a thing I'm pretty good at. Here, I'm gonna switch our scene over, y'all. I want to give a shout out and welcome to Ed Brisson, one of my favorite writers. Some of you probably already know. For one of the earliest, probably some of the earliest X-Men stuff I think I covered on the channel, which was the X-Men Disassembled, X-Men Extermination. Also did work on X-Force, Alpha Flight recently during Fall of X. Also one of my personal favorite stories, There's Something Wrong with Patrick Todd. And also really loved your work on Beyond the Breach, and you've done Batman Incorporated, Old Man Logan, Dead Man. You've done it all. You've done it all.
Yeah, keep it going. I like it.
But yeah, just how you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm a little bit tired today. It's the end of my workday, and I'm close to spent, but I've reserved some energy to be here, and so I'm doing good.
Hey, I appreciate you doing that. I appreciate you doing that. So I guess to tell the good people what we're here. Oh, and someone actually just reminded one of the people in chat, my co-host on Saturdays, also because I can't believe I forgot this. But Ghost Rider, which I was very sad when that book did not get to finish. So yes,
you and me both.
I will, and ever so often, Carter and I both will remind Marvel of that. But yeah, so we got you here today, and you actually have something really cool on the horizon. A couple of things actually. You're going to be tackling the new ThunderCats character, Apex, which I believe, if I remember correctly, is be dropping next month. We're going to be getting a ThunderCats Apex issue from you.
Correct.
And I don't remember the exact date but I think it's in January. We're going to be getting Silverhawks from you as well. So I have so many questions. So like, what is your history with or what's your like your origin point with both of those franchises?
So growing up, I was, like a lot of kids in the 80s, I was a latchkey kid.
Mm-hmm.
I'd come home from school, and because I was the oldest in my house, I got to dominate the TV, which I did. And so, ThunderCats and Silverhawks were on back to back. From my recollection, which is, maybe a little bit foggy at this point, but and so I would just sit down and watch both those shows. And it's weird because when I was looking back on it, and it apparently Silverhawks only had one season.
Yeah.
Which it feels like it went on much longer, but also like seasons today are 8 episodes, whereas back then, they had 65 episodes, I guess.
Yeah, it was 65.
And, so, that's pretty substantial for something that only has one season. But yeah, I was a big fan. I watched them back in the day when they were on TV. I had only one of the ThunderCats toys. For some reason, my brother, sister, and I each had a ThunderCats toy.
Mm-hmm.
But I had a few of the Silverhawks figures. I was a fan of them growing up. I had watched them when they aired. I watched them years later in reruns, and then whenever they would be released, I'd always kind of go back and revisit VHS or DVD or what have you.
Mm-hmm.
Now the digital streaming copies that I own.
or I guess was it or what they tell us now that we license
Yes.
Own with air quote.
Yeah, not own. Yeah.
But no, similar myself, I was same latchkey kid, stayed home, watched cartoons. So it was one of those things, like, it was really interesting to me that when Dynamite decided they were gonna go all in on ThunderCats, and they got Declan and Drew on the mainline book, and Suli over on the Chitara spinoff, and like just telling these really awesome stories, like really kind of like mining the IP for like new stories that like somehow inexplicably never got told in all those episodes. Because I think the idea mainly was to sell toys more than to fully tell like a full like narrative the way like TV is now. But like how excited were you to like when you got the call to do something with ThunderCats Apex, to bring a new character in to the franchise?
I got the call. I didn't know I was getting the call. Nate had reached out and said he had a couple of things that he thought I might be interested in. And so when he called and he said it was the ThunderCats Apex, when he first reached out, I was hoping he was calling to offer me Silverhawks because I've known Declan for a long time, and I've been harassing him from the moment that ThunderCats got announced to keep me in the loop in case they were ever going to do a Silverhawks book. And so at first, when Nate reached out, I thought it was that, and he offered me Apex, which I thought was when he pitched me the idea, I was really into it. It's pretty exciting, and like because it's a new ThunderCats character. It's not someone we've seen before. He had a really sort of interesting backstory. Declan, Nate, and Drew had done a lot of work to build this character, create this character, but they also left me some avenues to come in and sort of, get my fingerprints in the clay a little bit and help direct it. And so yeah, it's cool. Like the setting for the character, like we're doing this sort of like post-apocalyptic Unforgiven style setting for the character, which when we get to learn more about the character really suits them. I love this kind of like the man with no name sort of mystery to him. He rides into town, he's after one particular thing, and through him searching for this thing, we get to reveal a bit more about who he is and where he comes from and why he's sort of determined to get these specific things that he's after. That we saw a bit of that already in ThunderCats 8, where he breaks into the compound looking for something and fails to get it. And so yeah, it's a cool story. It's like I said, it's got like real pretty heavy Western vibes, which is for me, I'm a big film nerd as well, and to be able to like sort of draw on the like Sergio Leone and Sergio Corbucci sort of influences and throw that into the book was a lot of fun. And it's a pretty cool one shot. We get to really set this guy up for set up who he is and the impact that he's going to have across the Thunderverse over the course of the next year at least. So he's going to be a sort of a main antagonist for the team.
Oh, okay.
So,
that was my next question.
Did I spoil that? I don't know if I spoiled some stuff.
Well, I talked about it recently on the channel. Whether or not like what is his angle, because Apex seems to be somebody who has inside baseball on the ThunderCats as we know them. He seems to know what's what, and we see in the other, what was it, ThunderCats 8, we see him going up against Tigra, and it seems like he, at the same time, he offers like there's like a warning that's in there, but like it's almost as if like maybe he was trying to help, maybe he was trying not. So I wonder, like, is this guy a bad guy? Is he a good guy? Is he a little bit of both? So yeah, but I think I think that would be interesting to have an enemy like that, because we don't really get very many. Most of the ThunderCats villains are usually the mutants. I think what was it? Groon was like the only one I think we ever really had that was like a legit.
He was their kind of their Judas, I guess.
Yeah,
Groon. But I think like Apex is a little bit more complex than just maybe being a straight antagonist. And when you see his motivations and when it's kind of revealed by the end of Apex, I think people will get a better understanding of kind of where he's coming from. And I'm desperately trying not to spoil anything here, but I think it'll make a lot of sense as to where this character is going to fit in ThunderCats lore moving forward. But he's definitely got antagonist vibes, but like complicated antagonist vibes.
I mean, I like a complicated villain. I think they make the world go round sometimes. Well, and the other thing is, we've already kind of like, so just between the some of the most recent issues of ThunderCats, and then we've also got Suli's ThunderCats Chitara, kind of giving us a little bit of a throwback to a pre-destruction Thundera. Are we gonna get any like or maybe see like another side of Thundera from Apex's perspective that we haven't seen before?
So a little bit, a little bit. Like there's definitely some Thundera, magic in the mix there with him. And I'm just, again, I don't want to spoil anything, but there's definitely I don't think in the same way with Chitara, but it's definitely in that sort of same vein. There, I think that there are things about Thundera still to be revealed going forward, and through Apex we're going to get a bit of that.
Okay. Now, the other thing I was curious about is, we got ThunderCats, Apex on the way. Apex is going to be looming large over the ThunderCats for the next year. We've also got the Silverhawks on the way, which is the thing I never thought I would ever actually see revived ever in the history of ever. But because I always feel like no one ever really like, I feel like I up until maybe like a few years ago, I feel like the Silverhawks were a fever dream to me, that I was like, that probably wasn't real. I made it up in my head. Silverhawks weren't a thing. But
it might be the Tiger Sharks that were the fever dream.
Actually. Well, no, I think that's actually what it is. I think like I think about Silverhawks, I think about the Tiger Sharks. I'm like, maybe I don't know. Like we were actually before he jumped on, one of the jokes, the running gags, we were kind of going down television yesteryear, and it was basically all boiled down to cocaine. Cocaine's a hell of a drug. But it's like Manimal, cocaine, Turbo Team, cocaine.
Turbo Team.
Yeah.
Such a horrifying transformation from Turbo Team. All I think about every time I see that intro, when his mouth stretches out into the bumper, and it's just nightmare fuel.
It's like all of them was this pretty likely cocaine was the origin point. But no, I've actually, like, when I saw that Silverhawks was announced, and seeing what it is that that's in store for it, I got really excited because, well, for one, you were on it, so I was like, okay, it's Silverhawks, Ed's on it. That's 2 pluses. So I'm curious to know, like, without giving away anything, because like I said, we're like 2 months out, I think, give or take, from the book's release.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about your take on the Silverhawks?
So the kind of like shorthand version we've been running with is more or less, it's like Untouchables in space.
Okay.
The Silverhawks, that was their whole deal, right? They were a special task force put together to deal with Monstar after he broke out of prison and was wreaking all sorts of havoc with his crime cartel. And we're not gonna, like, that's kind of our setup too, really, is like getting into it, is that Monstar's out there. He's causing all sorts of havoc. He's really messing up the galaxy. But the thing that we are doing in the book that the cartoon doesn't do, in the cartoon they kind of have an episode where it's like Stargazer, and he's like, Monstar's out of prison. I gotta, son of a bitch, I put him away 200 years ago. I gotta take him back down. And Earth's, I think they're, the original rationale for why the Silverhawks are the Silverhawks is because for some reason they had to come from Earth, and that was the only way they could send them 1,000 light years away. We're messing with that a little bit, in that, like, the Silverhawks are more local to, like, Bedlama, which is like the Earth-like planet that's next to Hawkhaven.
Okay.
And our plan with it is that you're not going to actually see the full, this is kind of a warning or a promise or whatever. You're not going to see the full Silverhawks team until about issue 3. So we're going to take time kind of building the team. We are sort of leaning into the idea that was teased and talked about a little bit in the cartoon, that there was kind of an older Silverhawks program that, like, Stargazer was part of, Condor was part of. And I wanted to lean a bit more into that and into the idea that they had put Monstar away 100 and some odd years ago. He broke out. They can't deal with the threat anymore because they're all senior citizens at this point. Which in that world, like, to be a senior citizen, you're almost like 300 years old. But I wanted to slowly build up the team. I wanted to give every character a moment before they come onto Silverhawks, so we can kind of see who they are, right? Because in the show, you get like just that one like intro from the Doctor, who's like, this is Steel Will and this is Steel Heart, they're brother and sister, weightlifters, etc. And that's the extent of the backstory you get from them. And from then on, it becomes like an adventure of the episode. And so what I wanted to do was give more backstory, ground these characters a little bit more, make them feel a bit more real in this kind of crazy space environment that we're playing around in.
Partly
so
metal,
that's why
partly
we're starting
real.
a little bit early. Partly real.
I hope that's a line that comes up a lot.
I wrote a line that's kind of a play on that I thought was really funny, and we'll see if it actually stays in the book. But yeah, it's, I don't know, the partly metal, partly real. I love it, but also like they're also all real. But anyway, so the whole plan is basically we're going to give each character their moment. So each issue would kind of almost be an onboarding of different characters. Like the first issue, we meet Quick at the same time that we have the prison break, and the same time that we've got Stargazer dealing with all this sort of stuff. And then the second issue is when we're going to meet Bluegrass and Hotwing, who I'm bringing into the series much earlier than he was in the cartoon, because he was a later edition.
That was actually one of my first questions I wanted to ask you, because we are hot. This is a Hotwing Stan account. We justice for Hotwing.
I'm look at the same.
Yeah. Oh, wait, here, wait. I got you.
Going the wrong way.
I got you. There you go. Yeah. Perfect. See, also, justice for Hotwing. See, you heard it here first. Justice for Hotwing. But yeah, I always thought
big
that was funny.
Hotwing fan myself too.
There you go. Well, Hotwing is one of those characters. Man, Hotwing's a tough one, because like I always loved the character of Hotwing, but as I got older, I was just like, well, I'd have to name the one black character Hotwing. Like, I was just like, man, this is that's always been like my cross to bear with Hotwing, but I've always loved him.
I get it, and then unfortunately I am not able to change names.
That was something someone else asked earlier. They were like, "Is he going to be able to change his name?" I was like, "I don't think that's going to be. I don't think that's going to be the case." It's
hopefully we make up for it by making him like the coolest badass dude on the team. He's the one where we actually did a little bit of redesign, or George rather did a bit of redesign on his uniform, so I think it looks like the 80s one is fun, but I think he looks much cooler in the book. We try to keep, like, with any modifications, we try to keep them like kind of minor, like, so it still keeps the feel of the old ones, but like updating slightly for a more, for now, for what we would expect, because like some of the stuff a little bit dated.
Yes.
And I know that we all still love it, but like, I don't want to do a book, and I don't think George wants to do a book that just feels like fan fiction, that we're just kind of 100% doing it. So that's why we're trying to do a little bit of a difference, but we are, like I said, using that first sort of couple episodes as our sort of rough basis and starting point, even though we do diverge here and there. And the fact that we're doing like these sort of longer backstories for the characters, and by saying longer, we get like each character has like an issue introduction, or Bluegrass and Hot Wing are actually introduced together. They actually work together.
Okay. And that's something that I'm actually really happy to hear that there are going to be like some, like, whether they're big or small, some changes to mix it up, because that was something I actually really appreciated about the ThunderCats series. For the most part, it looks familiar, it feels familiar, but there are some deviations and things that I think make more sense to with today's sensibilities. And I'm actually very happy to hear you say that about this one, that because that was actually something I was quite literally in preparation for this. I actually went back and was watching some old episodes of Silverhawks, and it was actually at that moment I realized Hot Wing doesn't show up till like, I think, like damn near halfway through the series. And the other characters, Flashback and Moonstriker, Condor, you mentioned earlier, they all don't show up until like even after him. So just hear you mention those names, that you want to do more with those characters and expound upon the the backstory of like Condor and Stargazer, like dive into those elements that didn't really get dug into in the animated series. That makes me very happy, because these were all things I had concerns about. What about Copper Kid? Like how, what is, can you say anything about how you're going to handle Copper Kid?
So he's still there.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't written the issue he's in yet.
Okay.
So because but it's something I've been like kind of wrestling with a lot, in terms of how we kind of handle him talking, right? Because in the cartoon, he just whistled, and I never knew what the hell he was saying, right?
It was beeps and tones. There was whistles. Sometimes he did say something, but
yeah,
like,
which is weird. He would. And if you have the subtitle, like I always have subtitles or closed captioning on when I'm watching things, and that catches everything he says. It's there, it's translated for the most part. And I know that in the 80s series, which is like the first and only time there was a Silverhawks comic, they just have him talking. He's just like, it's just like a different
like just normal
weird balloon. And so I've been trying to figure that out, and it's a tough one, because it really works well. Like the whistling works in the cartoon for what I think they're trying to get across, but it's much harder in a comic, and I don't want to have like just a dude walking around with just like a music note coming out of his mouth or whatever. So we're playing around with that. I think like he's, the way that I'm writing him is more like he's maybe a couple years, like he looks the same, but like I'm writing as though he's maybe a couple years older, not sort of wide-eyed like all the time, like this is amazing, like he's like a tween teen. He's gonna be moody and shitty at times, like not all the time. That's not going to be his personality, but like I'm trying to write him a bit more like as though he has that, like he feels like a real kid, rather than just this like everything's amazing. So yeah, and I don't know, I think he's a cool character, he's a lot of fun. But yeah, that's the one thing I've been, and I have to decide in the next week how the dialogue's going to work, but it's an ongoing discussion.
Well, I know that is something that honestly I don't know how, like I don't envy you. I don't envy your task because I don't honestly think that's a tough nut to crack, because initially when it was brought to my attention the series was happening, the first thing I thought of, there was a recent there was the Minor Threats spinoff Barfly, where there's the titular character does not talk, he just kind of like emotes, and like there's like some I guess like sound effects, lettering and whatnot to kind of describe what it is that he's like trying to say or feel. But I was like, I don't know if even that would work, or if, does he just talk like a normal person, but maybe he speaks like very like, I don't know. Maybe,
think so. The way that I'm leaning right now is more like, and it's not like we're doing this, but like, because personality wise are quite different, but I think an interesting approach would be similar to like Cassandra Cain in the
okay, just
Batman comics, right? She doesn't
very
talk,
sparse,
but like
yeah.
yes, and when she needs to, she does, because the Copper Kid is a mime after all. He's not supposed to talk. Not supposed to talk. So
that was the other thing too. I was thinking about, like, you bring up Cassandra Cain, and like even that, and even more recently, the running gag around my house. I forget the name of the character, but there's a character on Jujutsu Kaisen that doesn't speak normally, speaks in sushi ingredients. So he just says a random word ever so often. Is like, yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Like maybe just the Copper Kid just says like maybe a couple of words, not even like a whole sentence, just like just enough that that he said something. That's the only thing I can like really think of. But yeah, I don't envy your task, and God bless you for taking it on. Now, obviously, we're just getting started with Silverhawks. The future is, we got to tell and this is something I try and impress on people. We got to tell the stories of now before we get to like pie in the sky stuff. But you mentioned Condor earlier, who I guess for the uninitiated is an older model Silverhawk. I guess like a precursor to what we currently would have in the timeline of Silverhawks. And mentioning the Untouchables and like, and that's something I think a lot of people tend to forget about Silverhawks, is that it was kind of a cops and robbers type of type 100%.
Show. Like Monstar is a mobster. That's his whole deal. He's a mobster.
He's not some like space wizard. He's not some like evil sorcerer or whatever hiding in Castle Grayskull. Like he was like a straight up gangster mobster villain. So I was very curious. Like if like, since you're saying like we're being introduced these characters like individually. If there was any room for like maybe more like I guess maybe to fill out the backstory on Monstar and his history with Stargazers, because as I remember, I don't think we really get a whole lot of info just outside of Stargazer just doesn't like him, and that he captured him before, like
he captured him every time he escapes from prison, which I don't think we ever get a clear number on how many times he's escaped from prison. But like we just do know he has escaped. So like one of the things that I really want to do, and I have a story that is more or less, and this is down the line, but I do definitely want to do a story that's set in Bedlama 150 years ago, when or 100 years ago, whatever, when Stargazer and the a Condor and a group of older like sort of original proto Silverhawks take him down for the first time. So that's a story. That's a thing that is going to happen. It's planned. I don't know if I'm supposed to be saying that, but it's planned. It's there in my outline for the series. So it is an issue I'm actually very excited to get to and to actually write. So because that's the kind of stuff I love. I think that Stargazer and that they have that sort of really that kind of untouchable sort of thing. Like we have this story about how bad this planet used to be because of Monstar, and how like he almost destroyed it during this fight between him and them. So yes, it's planned. It's there, and I'm looking through my outline to see where it is. So well, so I have it there.
So
barring any like sales disaster or whatever, you should see it.
Yeah. Well, I will just take this as an early opportunity to say that for those watching, or whether you're watching this live or watch this after the fact, go to your LCS and say, hey, can you put that new that new Silverhawks and that ThunderCats Apex? Can you put all that in my pull box for me? Do that, and I think things are going to be. I think we could better guarantee that'll be the case. I would definitely say please do that. But
buy 10 copies, give them out to your friends.
Yeah,
get those numbers up.
Like I say this all the time. You can't get the thing if you don't go buy the thing. So if it sounds like, if you're a Silverhawks fan like myself, go do that. Go help yourself. Go do that. And I know that one of the other things, like I said, I know there's probably something that we can't really talk about, but I feel like it was hinted at in the press release when Silverhawks was announced. But I know, like in past iterations of ThunderCats, they've implied that all of this is within the same a same or similar universe, so to speak.
Right.
And I know that we'll have to kind of play the long game here on this, but if we could get like a very good turnout for Silverhawks, maybe a little Declan Ed team up, maybe get it.
I would love to. I think I think a lot of people, I get asked constantly if we're going to do a ThunderCats Silverhawks crossover.
Mhm.
And I would love to do it. I hope that we can do it. There's no definite plans to do anything like that at the moment. I think that Dynamite really wants to set each book up as its own thing and make sure that we kind of establish ourselves first before we start
Right.
branching out and doing crazy stuff. But definitely I am 100% interested in doing that if sales warranted. I have a lot of ideas on how it could happen and how this story would sort of fold out, but I'm not going to give away any of that right now. But I have ideas, I have thoughts, and fingers crossed.
Yeah. Well, I could definitely say same. Fingers crossed. I want you to be able to get to put those ideas out there, because honestly, I think it would just be a joy to see. And I know that a lot of people that whether you're a fan of ThunderCats, whether you're a fan of Silverhawks, or both, I know a lot of people would be really interested in seeing that. I feel like that's one of those crossovers that is like, me personally, I feel like it's a license to print money, but but you never know. People are weird. People are weird.
Well, let's hope. I know, I don't know if Silverhawks and ThunderCats have ever crossed over. I know there's been hints. I know in the 2011 ThunderCats series that you saw Tiger Sharks at one point.
And Monstar. Yeah, Monstar pops up for
there?
Yeah, he's a
right.
I
I've
actually
only made it halfway through the series so far. So
yeah, it's the thing that was kind of funny about it was just the fact that when I was going back and looking, and I found this image is it's actually, I guess, when they were going through the prison looking at all the different cells and who all was present or maybe not present and accounted for. I don't remember the full context of it, but basically, yeah, this was one of the shots that they put up, and you see you got you see the Tiger Shark up in the top, you see the Vulture Men and stuff, but you see Monstar, and I was I thought it was pretty cool. I actually thought it was pretty cool. I was oh, that's a cute thing to throw out there, and maybe we can maybe pay that off somewhere down the road, but that never happened. Because that show only got the one. I think it only got the one season.
I believe so.
But yeah, I think like I'm just really excited for it because Silverhawks is something that I feel like, man, it can only really truly exist in like a 80s hair metal like lifetime, just because just just because of what it was, but just to see it coming back now is just really awesome. And honestly, I don't think they could have picked anyone better
Well, thanks,
to
I
tackle
appreciate it.
this. So yeah, no, you earned it. I want to give the flowers now. But no, and so you mentioned earlier, like because I want to make sure I might, because I'm notorious as I'll fuck up a name in a heartbeat. But you're working with George Kambadais, or is Kambadais?
Yeah. Yes.
Either one of the, we're
I've
taking
been
either
saying
one.
Kambadais.
Yeah. Okay. Who for those who whether you're familiar or not, doing phenomenal work over on the Gargoyle series, which has been lights out. So like that was also another reason why I was really excited, because I was like, I feel like George's style is very like similar in a lot of ways to that Silverhawks animation style. You said that like Hot Wing is getting an update, and like are any of the other characters going to be getting any kind of like, I know you say he's getting the most, but like any teases about the updates for the others?
I would say like Bluegrass has got a bit of an update too. Just as much as I like that bandana, I could not live with that bandana. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
We have a very cool yeah, we got a cool compromise. So there's like we keep the essence of it there in the design. I don't want to spoil too much, but yeah, and everyone else, he's done that kind of a polish on them, more or less. So that, but yeah, it's Hot Wing and I think Bluegrass are going to see kind of the biggest things. And even then, it's not massive, it's not major, it's not like a top down sort of full revamp. It's just kind of a refresh more than anything.
No one's gonna be crying that you ruined the Silverhawks.
I mean, people definitely will be.
Yeah.
No matter what I do, you're gonna still have those people.
Yeah.
But like the thing I hope is that I think that because I'm such a big fan of it myself, and I grew up with it, and I'm putting that sort of love that I have for it back into it, and so I'm hoping that people will will feel that and will pick up on that. And there's nothing, I'm not doing anything that breaks these characters. I'm not doing anything that's really outside of what was there. I'm just, more than anything, I'm making them, I think, George and I are just making them more three-dimensional. They were fun in the cartoon, but they were the focus there was on the action and the battles and stuff like that, not so much on the characterization and the turning these characters into well-rounded characters. And so that's kind of where I've been doing it. But like when you were talking about George, just go back to that earlier. I think like if people check him out on Twitter, pardon me, he's just at George Kambadais, which is George Kambadais. He's been doing a lot of like Spider-Man stuff like forever. And that's the kind of, when I looked at that at first, and I was very familiar with George's work for years now, but as when he was doing that and we were looking for a Silverhawks artist, where it really kind of like, you can see how he's going to just nail it. I've already seen how he's nailing it, but you guys will get to see why his stuff is going to work so well on that.
Oh yeah, no, he's gonna be lights out on that. I have a good, like, I like just the stuff, which, oh, by the way, actually I think I have, actually got some of right here. I'm gonna pull this up just so everybody can kind of get I guess a taste of what's going on here. But like, Here, let's do like right there. There's a little taste of George right there, and if any of this is any indicator of what George is capable of, if for whatever reason you are unfamiliar, let this wake you up to what George is capable of. He's fantastic.
He's great, and he runs that line like it's such a fine line. That's hard. It's a hard balance where he's got that crazy kinetic artwork, but it's also like it feels cartoony without feeling overly like he's got the cartoony sort of edge to it, but can really nail like all the emotional and character moments so well.
Yeah, it's a like, and I'm just kind of just taking a oh my god, he literally did like every.
He loves Spider-Man, yeah.
He literally went through and did every symbiote. Like, yeah, like good lord. So yeah, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna y'all are gonna have to go back and take a look at some stuff. I could literally be here all day just looking at them, but just the fact that this guy is out here doing Scream and Sleeper and you Venom and everything, like, yeah, this guy's a madman. He's a madman. So yeah, like I said, this book's in good hands. It's in good hands. And I guess for just to to really bring it home on the Silverhawks front, one of the things that because I don't think that it's out of the spectrum of possibility. Just because, like I said, we were talking about, characters that were literally a part of like a 22-minute advertisement, for toys. Yeah. It's not this crazy of a statement, but like, I felt like a lot of times, the characters we got introduced to him, like in the very first episode, it was literally just like, hey, here's some turnarounds, and hey, here are these characters. All right, love them, but go buy their toys. So the opportunity to tell like some really good narratives of these characters, I think like this is fertile ground for it. So I know you said you're going to keep like the kind of like the Untouchables, Cops and Robbers aspect of it. But like, one of my favorite things to do is like, sometimes we get to take a peek into the villain a little bit sometimes. Are we gonna get any, I guess, like any FaceTime with Monstar, maybe more than what we usually got in the animated series?
I think that, that's the long-term plan. Right now, it's really like the first bit is really about just setting up the Silverhawks. We do have some bits with Monstar, where we get a sense of who he is and what he's all about and what he's after. And the hope is kind of, there is, the thing is, I've outlined like about a year's worth of stories, but I've got stuff I want to do as well. And a lot of that involves Monstar. Like, I do really think he could be a fun character. So right now, like, yes, I think you'll see more dimensions to him than you would have in the cartoon. But I think we're gonna, even though he's the main antagonist, we're kind of like drip feeding him for a bit for the first few issues. I don't want to overdose anyone on Monstar. I don't want to like come in right away. I want to, we're going to build to a battle that's going to earn its sort of like its epicness, I guess.
I mean, you can't give away Skyrunner right away. You can't give away the squid motorcycle just off the, just right off the jump. You can't do that.
There's some fun Skyrunner stuff coming up, actually, but not in the first issue though.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to see George's designs on that. That's gonna be insane. But I appreciate that. I like the fact that you're not trying to like throw everything at the wall all at once. Like, let the story breathe, tell the story. And I think that's what I've really enjoyed about, the Thundercats stuff thus far, is that it's not rushing to any finish line. It's trying to tell a story. And you've been very good about that in every other thing that I've read by you. So like I said, this book's in good hands. I don't know how to sell it any better than that. Like, this is, it looks like Silverhawks. It smells like Silverhawks. This is Silverhawks. It's going to be Silverhawks,
Awesome.
but yeah. And I guess for those that do, just for people to know, whether you're on the Twitch side of things, there's a little code command you can put in, either !! Thundercats or ! Silverhawks, and it'll pull up the links for the respective books. Y'all can go straight to the Dynamite website, pre-order them there, or go to your LCS and check them out over there. Also on the YouTube side, they are in the description below, but you can also use the same command. It's just a little slower on YouTube. But the links and everything are in the description below. So go click on those. Or, as I said earlier, go to your LCS, because, comic shops exist. Go do that. Talk to your hookup. Get it in your box, because trust me, it helps. It actually helps a lot.
It definitely does.
I'm a recent learner of how the industry dictates sales, so it's kind of become my mantra now.
Perfect. I appreciate it.
Go pre-order the book. It's how you guarantee you get another one. And also I want to say too, because I know, obviously you keep pretty busy. So you always have lots of irons in the fire. Is there anything else coming up on the horizon for you?
There is I have like a bunch of things. So for the last year and still now, I've been working in video games. And so I've kind of been splitting my time between that. So that's why my comics productivity has dropped off a bit. But it seems like everything I've been working on is going to be like all of a sudden just like kind of coming out around the same time.
Oh, wow.
So I have nothing right now. I think the only thing that is available that I worked on is I wrote a story for Creepshow, from Skybound, that will be coming out in December or January, whenever issue 5 drops. Obviously I've got Apex, I've got Silverhawks. I do have the collected edition of The Displaced, which is a book I did for Boom Studios, which is the Kratom book, and one I'm very proud of. It's something I've been trying to get made since about 2008. So the trade paperback for that comes out on December 4th to comic shops. And then I think I'm going to have another announcement in December, and I think another one coming in, like 1 or 2 coming in February, March, somewhere around there. So I have a bunch of stuff coming up, but I can't mention any of it now because it's not been officially announced, and I'll be killed by the publishers if I do.
We don't want that. We protect you at all cost. Well, I will say too, I'll actually, and thank you for reminding me about The Displaced. I'll actually I'm going to edit the description here in just a moment to get that in there, because I forgot to put that in there.
Awesome.
But I have links for listen, we have links for both Thundercats, Apex, Silverhawks. There's also links to your various other works, Batman Incorporated, and the X-Men X-Force stuff that you've done, as well as Ghost Rider, Beyond the Breach. There's something wrong with Patrick Todd. Like, pretty much, just a full body of work in case.
Awesome.
For those of you who are, if for whatever reason, if you are not as familiar with Ed's work, fantastic writer. I can't say that enough. And I'm not just saying that because he's here. I've said it when he's not here.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I don't want anyone thinking like, oh, but he's putting on. No, I've said it when you're not here. But no, I bragged on your Alpha Flight. I bragged on your X-Men work and a lot of your other books. So I will definitely say, yeah, go check those links out. And yeah, and go get the damn book. Go get the damn book. Look, you know you want it. Go get it. You're gonna enjoy it. Just know. But Ed, thank you so much for
thanks a lot,
taking the
man.
time to sit down and talk. I know you've had a long day, so I appreciate
It's all good.
it. And yeah, if you ever want to come back, you ever want to talk again, or you got anything you ever want to promote, my door is open to you. Whenever. Just say the word, and I got you.
All right, sounds like a date.
All right. Take care, Ed. You have a good rest of the day and get you some rest. You've done enough.
All right. All right. Thanks a lot, man.
All right.
Have a good one. Bye.
All right, y'all. That was Ed Brisson, the writer of ThunderCats Apex #1, coming out this December 4th, and the writer of the Silverhawks coming out this January. So, like I said, I'm going to repeat myself again. Go do the thing. Go do the thing. Here, I'm actually gonna do my due diligence, and I'm gonna put these. I'm gonna try and put these links up in the various chat spaces for y'all, so that y'all can see them. Just in case, for whatever reason, you are here. Let's see. Let's do. Yeah, there we go. I think. Yeah, yeah, there we go. We got it. I'm putting these in here so that y'all can, like I said, y'all can go and you can go check it out. See what you think. Do the thing. Click the buttons. Whatever. They're up on both sides. I'm actually gonna add the last book that Ed was talking about, the displays, because I did not know it was being released in collected. So we're gonna send that over. I'm gonna edit the description for all of this, so y'all can go and follow. Y'all can go follow George. Let's see. There we go. There's that one. You can I think George, you can pick up pretty much just about everywhere on socials. He's putting up all his stuff pretty much everywhere. So I'm gonna put all of his links in here in the description. It'll be updated here very shortly. Let's see here. There. Apologies, y'all. I did not think to do this sooner. I don't know why. There's that. And the displaced. Here we go. All right, y'all. This has been a fun stream. I am probably going to chop out the earlier segment of it and just leave it as the just the interview itself, just because, yeah, that one was kind of a, or I don't know, I might cut it out and post it separately. I don't know. We'll play it by ear. We'll see what happens. But I want to thank everybody for showing up. And tripping with your boy. It is much appreciated. Let's see here. Where'd it go? Here it is, right here. There. They did that really weird. Okay, so here it is. Oh, wow, this comes out on my birthday. That is awesome. So his book, The Displaced, is coming out December 10th. So that is wild. Here. It'll be released December 10th. You can go and pre-order it. And I'm also gonna put let's see here. There, I'm gonna try to get everybody's shit on here. I'm trying to be better about having everybody's links and socials and whatnot and what have you in the descriptions, because I am terrible about it and I blame myself. There we go. All right, now I think we're in business. So if you go right now and check the description for YouTube, it'll be in there now. And yeah, I'll probably, that's actually what I'll do. I'm gonna leave the live stream as it is. I'll just cut the interview part out, and then we'll just put it up as a thing. I think that's how we're gonna do it. But anyway, thank you all so much for just being awesome. So honestly, that pre-interview section felt like a mini Nerds of Culture minus Robo. It really was. I didn't intend for it to be that. So you know what? We're gonna leave it. I'm not gonna cut it out. We're gonna leave it. I'm just gonna take the interview part of it and I'm gonna post it as a separate video. So you'll probably see this again. But if you already seen this part of it, go ahead, show up for it, click that like button, hook a brother up, help us out. But yeah, I think this is going to be the new way. I think we're going to try and do these live. Speaking of live, next week, Monday, I'll be live. And let's see here, let me pull up our, here we go. Bam. So it's going to be myself, Greg Weissman, the creator of Gargoyles, and artist Nate Crosby, who are going to be joining to talk about Gargoyles, the winter special one-shot that's going to be focused on the Gargoyle dog, Bronx. And we'll be talking about a lot of other Gargoyles related stuff, most likely. And Greg I've never talked to Nate before, but Greg is just a good dude. So I can't wait to chat with him again. So make sure you show up for that. That one will be later in the day. I think we're going to be going 7 p.m. Eastern, I think. I don't remember exactly, but might be 6 p.m. Eastern. I don't remember. Honestly, I've slept since then. But yeah, it'll be... Actually, I have it right in front of me. Why am I guessing? Correction. It'll be at 8 p.m. Eastern. 8 p.m. Eastern is when it's going to go down. So, yeah, make sure you tune in for that. And, yeah, until next time, for all my illustrious co-hosts, both Carter Presents and Robo of Left Face TV, who are not here, for you guys in the chat for hanging out with me, for all you who hit the like button, those of you who are subscribed, and those who have yet to subscribe but are going to right now, because I'm calling you out right now. Oh, I am the Blerd without fear. You know what? I'm gonna say it. And Donald Trump, you can go to hell.
Bye.